doing can seem like it's setting the groundwork for something, and it's kind of giving like this is where the kind of the whole toolkit approach comes in, because it's kind of let's give you the tools you need, whether that's from a content and a brand perspective, or whether that's from a digital strategy and kind of more kind of health check perspective. It's kind of like let's arm people with these tools so that they can go forward and do things. So we want to really it's so cliched, the word empower. But yeah, we want to give people, we want to make sure that people feel confident in using these things going forward, rather than, I hate the idea of a strategy that just sits in a drawer and nobody ever comes back to again. That's kind of where we're really trying to get away from it. We're trying to make everything really practical, really easy to understand, and give people really actionable steps that they can approach themselves.
And I think like we really meet people where they are. And I think to kind of, we've both been in businesses where thousands of pounds have been spent on, tens of thousands of pounds spent on pieces of consultancy work that end up just being too big a jump in one go. It's like this kind of, it becomes overwhelming for the team, and everyone's kind of going, well, that's great, but we've got a day job to do, and we've got a product launch coming up, and we've got this, that, and the other. We can't stop and redo that. And so we're much more focused on, most of the clients we work with are kind of either sort of business owners themselves or kind of small marketing teams where everyone's really a generalist, and we're trying to bring a little bit of that specialist knowledge. So if we're working with you on a content strategy, we'll deep dive on that for you, but then we'll give you like something you can use in like a checklist, and something that you can actually, it's a manageable step from where you are now to where you want to be, not here's how you try and be. I don't know. I used to have a sales director who was obsessed with Land Rover, and he was constantly sending me things on Land Rover. I've done this, Land Rover, I've done that. And I'm going, they've got a 24-person team and their budget's about 40 times what mine is. Like, we can't do that. But like, what's 1% of it that we can deliver and like try and move in that direction?
I think it's
Keep it in
also
review. I
about as
like
well
that.
just
I
giving
like
people
that.
a fresh perspective, because you can have really experienced people on in-house team who do, to be honest, feel a bit frustrated because they are just so caught up in the day to day. And it might just be a project that's got them bogged down, or one example on the content side is just like a piece of writing that had so many people in that document and had so many different comments and all with their own takes, that the person who's trying to pull it all together is just tearing their hair out. So it could be that kind of just a fresh perspective on things as well.
It's funny because like marketing's one of those few verticals that everybody seems to think that they can be a marketing expert, and they don't even do it intentionally. I'll go into, I've talked to lots of teams, same as you guys do, and the CEO's got one view of things, then you've got the sales team have another view on things, and everybody's so busy trying to tell the marketing team what to do. Sometimes it just takes, I think it's quite useful to have that marketing function outsourced, because then you're not beholden to the rest of the team and you can just deliver on what you're paid for. But even that can cause sort of conflict within the business in terms of, oh, well, I know we brought you in to do this, but we've asked you to achieve that, and you haven't done it. Well, yeah, because the brief was, the brief was this over here, and you've tried to metamorphose this into an actual beast, and that's not what we agreed to. So it's I don't see that happening with many other verticals other than maybe the development team. If I work with product teams and dev teams, certainly gets laboured with that same problem. Is like everybody's got an opinion on the product. Why haven't you delivered what everybody wanted? This isn't development by consensus. It is what's right for the customer.